Good evening. I'm Scott Binsack, and thank you for joining me. Tonight, I'm going to be discussing love lies, looking for love in all the wrong places. I look around today and I see it everywhere. Everyone's looking for love. The internet, dating sites are booming, and people are just grasping, looking for that special person. Or they're in relationships and they can't figure out what they're doing there, why they're there, and how they ended up there, because in the beginning everything was great and now it's not so great. The reality of this is that people are looking for love outside of themselves, when in fact we all must look within ourselves. It took me 30 years to figure this out, and a lot of hardships along the way, a lot of suffering along the way, and a lot of time to think at times on my hands, to reflect on why. But many lessons, many failed relationships, a marriage. And I have to say, I look back now and I look at my first girlfriend. And as I've discussed in my other shows, I had a childhood that was full of abuse, sexual, physical, mental. I left home at 16. And here I met this incredible Sicilian Italian girl at a McDonald's drive-thru in Westboro. I can remember it if it was yesterday. And she served me my food when I went there, and I had to keep going back. I spent more money at McDonald's when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, than I know, just to see her. She still lives in Westbury. And love for me as a child was missing. I thought love came from sexual needs and providing it for other people, because that's what I was brought up with major sexual abuse. But even people who are not brought up with sexual abuse look for love in all the wrong places because of other issues. It doesn't have to be because of that. And when I mean in all the wrong places, it's if you look around how many failed marriages, failed relationships, and I'm not, I'll tell you how it is. I failed miserably. At many a relationship. And I've met some, and I've been involved with some incredible women along the way, special women. But I also attracted a lot of wrong women as well. So it was very difficult to accept that the issue lied within myself, because I think that's the hardest thing for all of us to accept, that the issue is within ourselves, about attracting the wrong people and being with the wrong people, and thus looking for love in the wrong places and lying to ourselves. That's the bottom line. It's lying to ourselves. So I'm in this great relationship with this girl, and I was in love with her, or what I thought was love, and she was in love with me. But man, was I insecure. I'm one of the most secure men you'll ever meet right now. And I want to teach that to people, men, women, how to be secure with themselves and to be themselves and to be real to themselves and thus not lie to themselves anymore. Because I lied to myself for a very long time about many things. I believe the biggest hero in anyone's life can be themselves. And I believe it takes the most courage of all to look at oneself in the mirror and look at their issues. Because what we don't realize at the time is we all have issues. But the better we become with ourselves, the better people become around us, and the better people we attract, and thus we're not hurting others around us. Think about it. Think about all the relationships you've been in, or even if you've been, God bless you if you've been in one and you're still there and you're happy, God bless you. I think that's far and few between if you look at the divorce rates and you just look at online and the dating sites and what's going on. And I believe everything should be kept simple, very simple. So, man, did I love this girl. She was everything I needed. Her family replaced my family. You see, that was part of it. I was missing my family. I didn't have a family, so to speak. So her family replaced my family, and I loved that family surrounding, and the Sunday dinners and the get-togethers, and I was always welcome in their home. And it was one of my first renovation jobs as a builder. They actually let me at 17 years old tear their entire first floor apart, and it was a great job. But they trusted me enough to do that, you know. But and sexually it was great. Um, However, my insecurities destroyed that relationship. Destroyed it. Where are you going? What are you doing? What is this? Why? Because I couldn't believe anybody could love me. Now, the insecurities weren't there at first, or they didn't show their ugly head, because that's how it is. They didn't. That's how insecurity is. Everything's great in the beginning, or until they say the honeymoon's over. And once the insecurities, because I didn't want to lose her, I wanted to do everything I could not to lose her. But I couldn't be myself. I was always, she was a great girl, but I wasn't meant to be with her. But at the time, she had the greatest looks, good family, you name it. Great sex, young, had money, good job, my own company. And I was missing the love. So here you are, and people are in these relationships, whether you're young or old, and you're in these relationships, and you go from one person to the next person. So I've met somebody else while I was on a trip to Jamaica. Happened to be named the same person. Same name as the same first person. And here I went running off to Chicago to be with that person and had my business in New York. And I thought, oh, this is great. She's older. This is what I need. She has a good family too. And I ended up really hurting this girl. Really hurting this girl. I even walked away from the altar, meaning a week before. Had the shower, everything. And I walked away. And I hurt her and her family. And there I went back home and met someone else. And it was from one relationship to the next relationship. And I kept thinking it would be better with the next person, and then the next person. And then I ended up meeting my ex-wife, Kelly. And I've been divorced since 1998. That marriage didn't last very long. I think we were married about 8-9 years. And most of it was just. And here I was attracting these women, and I thought it would be better with the next one and the next one. And I know people watching this have been there, or they're still there right now, going from relationship to relationship to relationship. It's not me, it's them. It's not me, it's them. Don't you realize that what you are, you attract? So if you're insecure yourself, or you have issues yourself, or you want to fit, here's the biggest issue. I was attracting people I needed to fix. I wanted to fix, or I wanted to help. And a lot of people do that because that helps them not look at their own issues, because they focus on someone else's issues instead of focusing on their serious own issues. And then I hear this from people today even. I don't have any issues. It's not me. It's them. It takes two for everything, number one. But most of all, it takes one. Yourself. Nobody else. Male, female, doesn't matter. Nobody else. It takes yourself. And don't you understand, everything that we do affects these other people as well. So we're hurting these people as we go along. And then that affects and has a ripple on their lives. And then they feel like it's them. And it's not. It's us. It's us. I believe people look too hard for love. And I don't mean you should not look for love and just sit at home on the couch or be like not looking for people or not going out. No, I'm saying go out, do your thing. But don't be searching. Don't be searching for that like ultimate person. You have to search for the ultimate person within yourself first. That doesn't mean you shouldn't date in the meantime and go through the steps and go through that and meet people, be friends, etc. And listen, sex is normal. Sexual intercourse is normal. I don't care what anybody says. And I died for 4 minutes, and I can assure you, and people might hate me for saying this, but you're not going to hell for having sex. I'm telling you that right now. You're just not. You're not. I don't believe God and the souls that we are and what have been created, you're going to go to hell for having sex. Unmarried sex, etc. Da 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 da. People don't like what I have to say. I'm sorry. But I believe religions in that case have been used, and I'm a big believer in God, believe me. And I'm very close to God. I believe all of that, as I've said in other shows, was created. The dogma was created to control the masses. You know, so I see people like, oh, sexual intercourse is normal. Being attracted to somebody and having chemistry with someone is normal. You don't stop living, but you don't keep searching for love. Love is everywhere. Love is within us all. And every time we're in one of these bad relationships, we affect them, we affect ourselves. And here's the best. I see people do it all the time. It's like a cycle, the never-ending cycle. They meet somebody, oh, this person's great. I love them. Everything's great. Then they move in together, or they get married real fast. And I know I've been there. I would say I also, my ex got pregnant. I said it was mine. Later I had my son wasn't my son. But either way, we were rushing to get married anyway, without the child issue, because it was like, okay, we got to get married. This will be great. I'm thinking, and it was my fault. I'm thinking, okay, I get married, I'll have a kid, I have my business, I'm going to have the American dream. No. And that's how it was back then. You know, this is it. Out of high school, you get married, you do this, you have your kids, you raise your kids, you send them to school. And I've done another show about this. Life is endless. The cycle is endless. We've been taught that it's not. That, you're supposed to be born, go to grade school, go to high school, go to college, get married, get a job, have kids, do some vacations along the way, and then die. Pretty much. That's what's been drilled into our heads in society all these years. When in fact, life is endless. Love is endless. And that's my point. I believe there's somebody out there for everybody. However, you will not find that person by searching for them every day. You will not. And if you're in a bad relationship now and you know it, get out of it and start to fix yourself. I'm a real person. I'm going to tell you how it is, and I had to do it myself. It's very, very tough. You're never going to find that ultimate right person, your soulmate, so to speak, if you look for love outside of yourself. Stop lying to yourself. And we do it all the time. Thank God I've learned not to do that. I've become the most realist person I can be. I meet everywhere. You see me on Facebook, on videos, you see me here. I will tell you everything bad I've done. I will tell you everything good I've done. I'll tell you everything I've suffered from. I'll tell you everything I learned. And most of all, relationships, I've learned very hard lessons, and I hurt some people along the way that didn't deserve to be hurt, as well as people hurt me because they too had issues, and that I was attracted. It's that attraction. I don't attract that anymore. I don't attract those broken women anymore. as far as that goes. I attract very good women, intelligent women, women that are real with themselves, good jobs. And I'm not saying even if someone doesn't have a job or not, that doesn't make you not good. I'm just saying in general, but people that have faced their issues or facing them every day. You cannot not stop facing your issues. It's a daily project. It's a daily goal. But don't short yourself by lying to yourself about love. Find the love within yourself truly first, and you will attract that person you're meant to be with. And if you're in a bad relationship or a bad marriage now, and you're there only because it's convenient or you're not happy, find out why you're not happy inside of you, and then you will be able to attract the right person to be with you, and it will just happen, and it will be magical, and it'll be great. And I can assure you, I've experienced true love twice in my entire life. Twice. True love. And I don't look for real love anymore. I love myself first. I'm happy with myself. I'm real with myself and everyone else. And I'm a big believer, if you tell you the truth to yourself first, and thus you show it to everyone else, nobody can hold it against you. Nobody can hold anything against you. But most of all, you can't hold it against yourself or the partner you may be with. This is serious. God, you look around today. People are miserable and looking and looking. Relax. Live your life. Enjoy life. You don't have to go rush out and meet somebody tomorrow. Everybody's like their time clocks are going off, or I got to get married, or this is the way it has to be, or this has to be this. Da, 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 da. It doesn't. It's not the way it is. In reality, the reality of it is, love yourself first. Stop lying to yourself. Be happy with yourself, and you'll attract great people. And then that one particular person will just come along and rock your world, and you'll know the difference. So you'll know the difference. When you skip from one person to the other, anybody new that feeds the ego and feeds the insecurities, feeds our insecurities, seems like the greatest person in the world to us. Oh, I love them. They're the best. They're this, they're that. We don't even know them. I know people that met people here. They're married a few months later. They're great. Now they're with the person and they're miserable. Miserable. I know. I've been there. Miserable. Then you get kids involved. And today, oh my God, everybody has relationships. It's shocking. I hate to use the word. I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people have relationships. They have bring children into the world. And it's just like, okay, let's have more kids. Let's have kids. That'll fix the problem. No, that's not going to fix the problem. That makes it worse. Then these poor children, the parents get divorced or they break up, and the poor children are left caught in the middle. And this is craziness. It's so difficult for the children. And then on the both parents. And men, no offense, I'm going to tell you straight. You go out there knocking up all these girls, and then you just become the baby's dad. They don't even have names anymore. It's the baby's daddy or the baby's mom. Very unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's like ridiculous. And these are from insecure, broken people inside themselves, and they're passing it on to everybody else around them. The biggest challenge we have is to be honest with ourselves. Life is too short. Don't. Gee, what is going on? Sounds like my cats are fighting. It's always my cats on my show. Always. Always my cats. I don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear it in the background. But you have to challenge yourself every day to be honest with yourself in everything, but especially with yourself before you go out sharing your heart and soul with someone. And that doesn't mean stay at home. That doesn't mean don't have sex. That doesn't mean not go out on dates. It doesn't mean not. You really have to. Don't be afraid to be alone either. That's another big fear. Everybody's afraid to be alone. They don't like to be alone. No one wants to be alone. But once you find yourself and you're happy within yourself, it's okay to be alone. And then again, you'll be attracting better people, stronger people, secure people that you don't have to fix. You shouldn't waste your life trying to fix someone else. You should waste your life, which is not a waste, but you should waste your time fixing yourself, because the better you become, everyone else around you becomes. And I know. My marriage was, it was bad. And I was miserable. I put all my time and all my passions into my work and being successful and the power that came with it and buying more toys and doing it because I was miserable within myself. Very confident in my business, but very insecure in my relationships. And I attracted a woman who was the same way. And it was not good. And we brought children into the world. I'm grateful for how my son has turned out and blessed, as well as my daughter. But it's very sad what's going on today. The children without their parents, the unhappy people in relationships, and I see people settling because they're settling. They think this is it. This is the best I'm going to get. I've heard it. Why are you with that guy? Well, I believe this is the best I'm going to get. No, it's not the best you're going to get. The best you're going to get is when you're at your best, when you're true to yourself, when you're honest with yourself, when you become one with yourself, you will be able to become truly one with someone else. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Listen to what I'm telling you. It took me 30 years, and I still work on it every day, but I got it down. But you still have to work on these things every day. Every day we have to work on our things. But stop trying to fix other people. Fix yourself. Stop being afraid to look in the mirror. Stop attracting this people. And if you're getting your love through sex, realize this. And again, there's nothing wrong with having great sex. I'm one of the most passionate people you'll ever meet. However, that doesn't mean you go out and sleep with everything that moves. Be selective, be choice, and if you're good with yourself and one with yourself, you'll attract again the right people. We are everything we emanate. What we emanate, we're energy, our chemistry. What we emanate, we get. When you're solid and one with yourself and don't lie to yourself, you'll get incredible. Be romantic. Be passionate. Find yourself. And that doesn't mean you lock yourself in a room until you do. You keep living every day. But you watch. You resolve your own issues and your own insecurities. And be honest with yourself. You'll start attracting people like you would not believe. True people, real people that are also working on their own issues, and you can end up doing it together and have a good relationship and build a solid one. Stop looking for love in all the wrong places. You're not going to find your next husband at a bar, very rarely, or a nightclub. It'll be short-lived. And I'm not saying go out, because I go out all the time myself, but I'm not in there looking for my wife, next wife. Not happening. I'm in there to have fun. If I meet somebody, wonderful. Go out, have a good time, whatever. But I'm not planning on marrying them a month later. Or, setting my hat on the, okay, this is it. Oh, wow, I just met this girl. Not happening. Now, you meet somebody possibly in a bar, become good friends over time, fine. You have to work on yourself first. You must work on yourself first. Don't kid yourself. And really, if you're with somebody and you're not happy, just get out of it. Stop kidding yourself. Stop hurting them. Because when you hurt them, you're hurting yourself. And it's a ripple. It affects your children. It affects everybody around you. People don't understand that. They think that, well, I'm in the marriage because my children are here and I'm unhappy and we're living two separate lives. You don't think children sense feelings and emotions? They're the best at it. They're the best at it. And it does affect them subconsciously, because we're, as I said, we emanate. And children are not stupid. They're innocent and very smart. And as they get older, they're not so innocent. But when they're very young, they are. And I'm just amazed at what I see. So many people dying to have that love, to feel whole, to feel one, to feel wanted, to feel needed. It's natural. We all want it. But you have to be whole with yourself first. And I can remember I go on vacations with these girls. I take them there. I buy them expensive gifts. I do everything. That's another problem today. And it's been not today. It's been another problem in life. Is that people look to others for financial. I'm with this person for financial means and gains. And this is what's important to me. You need a reality check if you're getting married for money. And I'm going to say it. And I've been there. I called them gold diggers. What's we used to call them. I still call them that. Women are attracted because you have money. They'll be set. Then they become involved in you, and then everything changes, and they're there just for the money. I can spot that a mile away. Most men can't, because most men are very insecure. And a lot of women are very insecure too. However, my cats is still fighting. Unbelievable. Before I started shooting this show, there was not one cat doing anything but sleeping. But now they're fighting. I'm going to be known as the cat man on Sunday night instead of, it's got Binsack on Sunday night. Next week, I promise they're being locked up in my bedroom. But I got to laugh. What else am I going to do? It's kind of funny. But I can't stand that. If you're that shallow, that you're with somebody just because of their money and you don't love them, you don't love yourself. You think that's life? You think that's success? That's not success. That's not any achievement. You're riding coattails. You're fake. Don't be fake. And it's true. It's out there every day. And then successful men or women see that these people are with them and they have this great following, and where they have this great person in their life, and they think, oh, wow, this person really loves me. And then, pow, they wake up one day. And when things get tough or some things change, you see if they're still standing there with them. Wow, my cats are going nuts. Oh, my God. Stop it. Wow. Two of them are fighting. This is great. Looking for love in all the wrong places, and I got cats running all over the place. Unbelievable show. I can't even reshoot it because it's too late at night. It's my own fault. I should have locked them up. I apologize. You probably never even heard them, so I think I'm probably talking to myself. Or talking, but they're here fighting. So if you didn't hear them, wonderful. But you see me running around like a nut trying to control them. Anyway, that's rough. That's rough. That's very shallow. You better really look in the mirror if you're with somebody just for their money. And I've seen it. I've seen it, and I still see it all the time. Women, men, they don't care. They're just there for the ride. And when you affect, and that's where I'm saying about my relationships, at times in my life I've been with women for the wrong reasons. And I don't mean money. I mean for my own reasons inside, looking for love that's really not there. You affect them. It's almost like you're cheating the other person out of reality, because it's not real. It's really not real. You're living a farce. And most of all, you're living a lie to yourself. You're living a lie to yourself. So don't do that. Don't live a lie to yourself. Be strong enough. God created us all, no matter what religion you are, to be happy, to learn. There's nothing wrong with learning. It's supposed to be. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. And the only thing wrong is you don't lie to yourself, because you're cheating yourself. You're robbing yourself of a good life by lying to yourself about anything, no matter what situation you're in, but especially in relationships. And if you're doing things to make your partner happy, and it's not you, meaning it's not what you would normally do, you're lying to yourself again. Stay real, because fake is out. Don't be fake. Don't be fake in relationships. Don't be fake to yourself. Don't be fake anywhere. But especially in relationship, because it affects children. This, even if you don't have children, it affects everybody around you. It affects families. It affects friends. It affects. Think about it. If everybody would just tomorrow or right now get up and go look in the mirror and go down the line and write down every issue they have, accept the issues, face them, accept that they're the problem, we all are, and truly begin to change themselves, how much better the world would be and how much better the relationships would be. And you're always going to have problems in relationships. I hate that. You're with people and they're like, oh, we had an argument. That means this is not real. If you don't argue and have discussions in your relationship, then something's wrong. You're living a fantasy. Nothing is that perfect. Either one person, somebody, nothing's that perfect. Good discussions, arguments should happen. But you keep them civil. Never be disrespectful to one another. And I've been, I've, it's just very sad. Because until I found myself, I affected everybody around me and then some. And then when they get hurt, that affects everybody around them. Then it knocks their self-esteem down. What did I do wrong? What did I do this? Did I do not this right? No. It's not that you didn't do something right. Again, you're in the wrong relationship because you have to be right with yourself. You have to. And I hear people, I'm right with myself. It's on them. Really? Okay. When you're right with yourself and secure with yourself and understand your own issues and love yourself and look for love within yourself and not outside yourself, you will meet the right person. It may not happen overnight, but you will meet the right person. You'll have better friends. You'll have better relationships. You'll have a better work ethic. Everything changes when you stop looking for love outside yourself. Learn to be happy. Learn to be real. Good night. God bless.